Hey guys! Well, hey cyberspace! So, I know I said in my last video I was going to talk to you about Millbrook Road, but that's rather depressing, and I don't really want to talk about that right now. But I will definitely save it for a later video, so if you want to hear about what happened in that stupid house, listen on. Anyways, what I want to talk to you guys about today is driver's licenses and police. So I was taught to drive by my dad when I was 9 years old, just down the driveway, sitting on his knee. I started to drive around at the age of 11. My parents didn't like it, but I didn't really care because they're not the best role models when it comes to law stuff, so anyways, I'm not really sure about what your guys' rules and laws are about getting your first license. Here we call it a learner's. I know in Australia, I think it's called P-plates. That's all I know. The legal age to get your learners in New Zealand is 15. So for my 15th birthday, that was all I wanted, and I got it. I now hold my learners for 3 years. It'll be 4 this November. But we have a thing in New Zealand called demerit points, and when you get pulled over and there's something wrong with your car, like it's not registered or warranted, or you don't have your license on you, anything like that, you get demerit points. Now, this story is about the police contributing to my demerit points. Now, I'm not blaming them because I was the stupid one who went out and broke the law, so they're just doing their job, so no FTP intended. But the first time I ever got stopped by the police, I've never been pulled over yet, just stopped in checkpoints, and this time I was running an errand for my mother. I don't know why, but I was. We were stopped at a checkpoint. I didn't have a full licensed driver, I didn't have my learners on me, I didn't have L plates displayed, so I got 35 demerit points and a pretty big fine. The next time we were pulled over, my boyfriend and I, we were driving my mother's car, and it got seized for unpaid fines on her behalf. I got another 35 demerit points, puts me at a total of 70. Then my best friend caused a little bit of bollocks between my family and his family. Like, complete and utter bollocks. That's great, whatever, I don't care anymore, this is just my story. And so we went over to sort it out, like whoever the hell was texting us said. We got there thinking that this whole situation was going to be resolved, but instead it wasn't. They were being complete and utter dickheads, and it just escalated even further. So we leave there and drive home and get stopped at another checkpoint, where I got another 35 demerit points. Now, I'm not good at maths, but that is 105 demerit points. You can only have 100. So Mrs. Police Lady kindly told me that I was gonna lose my license for 3 months. So at least I guess by the time I'm 18 I'll be allowed to drive again. Yay. Now, the following weekend, it was the boyfriend's best friend's 18th, and it would be absolutely rude of us to not go. So we got ready, I got dressed up, put on the makeup, all that jazz, and we set out to conquer Taylor's 18th. We get by Mikey Ray's house, and they have a checkpoint. Yay! We drive up, and it was the same police lady from the week prior. Understandably, she was really shitty at me and gave me the lecture on how I haven't learned anything, blah 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 blah, but you know, little does she know, I didn't choose for this. My mum hasn't been here for a couple of months now. She's away on holiday in jail. My dad is just working way too hard, you know, like, he's never here. He's always down south in Christchurch or just really, really busy. So I've pretty much got to do everything for myself, which I really don't mind because I'm an independent person. But that night, she gave me a lecture. We weren't allowed to take the car home. We were going to have to walk like an hour and a half. That wasn't okay. It was like -4 degrees that night. It was freezing. And luckily, Mr. Boyfriend's dad came and picked us up and drove our car home for us. So I was so grateful. Like, words don't express grateful. Yeah, that was interesting because I've never really been on that side of the police to do with driving, and my license is my world, you know, like, I'm a prisoner at home without it. So yeah, I should be able to drive again by the time, like I said, I turn 18. That's a while away, so it's not really that much fun. But the funny thing is on the ticket she gave me, it says I'm forbidden to drive until accompanied by a full licensed driver, which is the law anyway. I'm not that stupid, you know? I do know that, I just choose to ignore it. Well, sorta. But anyway, next subject. Happy Friday 13th. January 13th, which happened to be another Friday 13th, my auntie and I decided we were going to go for a drive. As we got to the end of our driveway, there's another connecting driveway, and there was this lady pulled out, and she looked like this, like, so I just cracked up laughing, and I was like, Donald Duck. I think she might have, like, tapped my car, because I'm pretty sure she heard me. Anyway, at the end of my road we have a roundabout, and I indicated to turn right around the roundabout. She stopped at the give way sign and was giving way like she should, and as soon as my car was in front of her, she put her foot down and completely T-boned us. Yeah. So I pulled over, I get out, I look at my car, it's completely shattered. You can't shut the door, you can't, it's fucked, more or less. My car, my life, gone. She gets out of her car. She looks wasted as, like, wasted. And she comes trotting up to me and goes, "Aww, did I hit you, or did you hit me?" I looked at my car and I was like, "Lady, look at my freaking car. Who the hell do you think hit who?" And she was like, okay. And I was just like, oh God. So after we deal with that incident, I'm not in shock or anything. I think it's just the adrenaline still pumping through my body. And I get home and my mum rings an ambulance because my auntie was pregnant and she started having stomach pains, so we were all worried that she was about to lose the baby. The ambulance people show up, and now I have one of the biggest phobias of stuff being around my neck. Like, I hate it with a passion. And they put one of the collars on me, the neck brace thing, because the ambulance driver told me that there was a pretty good chance I was paralyzed. Even though I just managed to walk home, he said I was probably paralyzed. So I was lying in the hospital all by myself. My mum, well, I just wrote the car off, so she had no way of getting up there. My boyfriend had to stay home and look after my cousin. And I was lying in the hospital like terrified. I was paralyzed. And the police walk in with their breathalyzer, and you know, they probably had to, just to make sure I wasn't drunk. And I got breath tested, but when I asked if she was breath tested, they said no. And my dad's an alcoholic, so I think I know a drunk person when I see one. And she was far from sober. You know, she got out of the car and asked me who hit who, for crying out loud. So I just wanted to know, like, do you guys have any muffed up, superstitious Friday 13th coincidences? Is that a word? Yep. Yeah, so today I swore I wasn't going to get out of my pajamas. Still in them. I also said I wasn't going to get out of bed, but I don't have coffee in my bed, so that proved to be impossible. But yeah, basically I just want to know your guys' stories or whatever on Friday 13th, because now I'm not sure that I'm a big fan of it. So yeah, thanks for listening to my boring stories about the police and licenses and stuff like that, but those were just two of the little things that happened to me. So thanks for watching. I will upload my story about Millbrook, I'm not sure. It's quite depressing, and yeah, but I will definitely upload it because it's something that needs to be shared. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Keep the faith, and yeah, I love you.